Good afternoon. So much has happened since I last picked up this camera, but look how warm it is. Look at that in my loft. No heating on or anything. I don't think it's quite as warm outside as that, but it's pretty close. I popped out briefly into the street earlier and it was lush, but I'm totally wasting this heat wave because I've just been trying to do some packing now, getting ready for this move. So here's what happened. So you might remember I was going through the house survey with my dad in a vlog or two ago. Well, we went through it and it scared the living daylights out of me. There's like a traffic light marking scheme on it. Things with the red code are urgent, urgent, must deal with urgently. And then there was like an orange, which was medium term, has to be dealt with, and then there was green, which was fine, and almost everything like was in the red, and it terrified the life out of me. I've never really read a house survey before, to be honest. My dad dealt with the one on this house because it was a long time ago. Confessions. But anyway, I decided I was going to tackle this one, and as it turned out, it really wasn't that bad. I went through it, as you saw in that last vlog, really nitpicking at every detail, and really it wasn't that bad once we went through it. A lot of it was high risk of, prone to, you know, due to climate of the area, i.e. South Wales, wet, a lot of rainfall. So once I read through it, actually it wasn't that bad. So what I did then was to telephone the surveyors and just ask them, how does this compare to a normal survey? Would you say this is a bad one or a good one? And they said, oh no, it's really good, you know, compared to most houses. And they went through point by point with me, the main ones, not all of it, because it's 43 pages, and totally put my mind at rest. And then I telephoned the estate agents just to let them know where I was at with things. And they'd asked to see a copy of the survey, which I was quite happy to send them, didn't see why not. And they'd had a good look through it as well, and they reckoned it was a really good one. But they did advise, them and the surveyor advised that I got a builder or somebody to go in and just look at all the things on the list to just give me quotes for repairs, just so I knew what I was going to get myself into. And the estate agents actually organised that for me. They organised somebody to come out. That's a funny angle. Anyway, they also advised that I got a gas engineer out to check the gas and an electrical engineer out to check the electrics. When I say they organised it for me, I did ask them could they recommend somebody, because I'm unfamiliar with that area and I didn't know the tradesmen very well there. So without wanting to waste any more time, because obviously the sale on this place is already in motion, we arranged for a builder and a gas engineer to come out the very next day at 5 PM to the house. And I couldn't get an electrical one because it was the bank holiday, it was busy, he didn't have a gap till this week coming now. Anyway, so that was all organised with the homeowner, and we turned up and we met, and Izzy saw the house for the first time because she'd been at college when we went to view it, the 2 times that we went to view it, and she liked it a lot, really. I could tell she was playing it cool, but I think it was a good relief for her to actually see where she was going, because she came and looked at a lot of houses, I don't know, 12 houses already, and she was really viewinged out by the time we got around to viewing this one. But anyway, she's seen it now, she really loves it, she loves her new bedroom. And anyway, so the first thing the homeowner said was, well, we've had the gas checked only a month ago, and she showed me all the certificates. So that was a bit of a pain. But anyway, then the gas man rang and said he was stuck in traffic and he was going to have trouble getting there in time. And I explained the situation and said, well, you know, to be fair, I have booked you and you've gone out of your way to come here. And you know, I was going to leave it to him to see if he wanted to ask for a cancellation fee or something. But he was absolutely fine about it. He said it was on his way home anyway and no worries. So that was really, really nice of him. Saved me £60 because that's what it would have cost to have it all checked. Anyway, then the builder came and he looked at the survey, thought it looked like a good one, and he went round and looked at everything that I'd made a list of that was supposedly super urgent, and he just totally put our minds at rest. He was saying, no, they just got to cover their backs. Yeah, it's prone to damp, but look at this here. This wall here, you can see there's absolutely no sign of damp. If there was going to be any damp coming through, it'd have come out now. and just that sort of story was across all the elements on the whole list. It gave me a quote for a few things that might eventually need doing. One thing I do need doing is building a partition in the loft cavity, because there's no fire break. It's a terraced house, you know, and there's no wall between mine and the next house, so I need to build one. There's one on one side but not on the other, so that will stop the spread of fire for a while. You know, he's going to put some kind of wooden partition thingy up there which is partially fire resistant, which would buy more time to get out in case of a fire. That and a couple of roof vents, because especially once those go in, there won't be a lot of ventilation up there, so it could make the roof prone to damp. So it's just that really, that and the removal of a chimney at some point in the future if it becomes a problem. It needs re-rendering, but it's not urgent. It'd be cheaper to take it down. Anyway, so it's all go. All go. I tried to get on the phone to the solicitor the very next morning to say, start the searches, I definitely want that house. But it was Good Friday, and so nobody was there to take the call. So I emailed, and I had like an out of office reply type thing. And then it was Saturday and they weren't open, and then it was Sunday, Easter Sunday, and now it's Easter Monday, so I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow. But anyway, that is where we are at with that. I don't know at this moment whether we can move out of here and into the next place on the same day. I just really don't know. We'll have to see. But in the meantime, the shelves are starting to look a little barer in here now. I've made a little bit of a start on packing. I'm trying to label what it is and write what room it will go into in the new place. So those are board games and books. I've kind of interspersed them so the bag won't be heavy, because the board games are light and the books are heavy. So they're mostly board games with some books. I had a massive chuck out over the summer and I got rid of 15 enormous bags of stuff, mostly for charity shop. Yeah, that was for the charity shop, and also a load of recycling bags as well, and rubbish bags. So I already whittled down a lot in advance. I'm really glad I did that now, so that's a top tip. If you're even thinking of moving, start whittling, and then you can live with the benefit of a less cluttered house anyway in the meantime, so even if you don't sell, still, it's all good. So yeah, those shelves are looking a little clearer now. That's looking a mess because I packed some of the stuff from there. Got a couple more charity bags to go there. I got rid of 5 recycling bags this morning because it was bin day. 5 big bulging bags. I did an half pill for the office. This area is looking like this. We're getting some gaps in the shelving now. I'm not sure what to do about books, because the thing is, massive bags of books are going to be too heavy to lift, aren't they? Yes, I still have got some Enid Blyton and I can't bear to part with it. Children's books. I need Izzy to go through that little pile there. That's my Easter sheep. My dad bought me that. He gave it to me at the session last night. Oh, that reminds me. I did a little Easter challenge for Izzy, didn't I? Do you remember when I was in Home Bargains, I was telling you that I'd offered her the challenge of learning a tune on the whistle from never playing the whistle before. If she could do it by Sunday at a session that we went to, she would earn a Maltesers selection of chocolate. Well, she did it. Brilliant. Well done, Izzy. Anyway, back to this. Yesterday I started going through tools and things. I had a massive collection of Allen keys, but I've whittled it down to that now. They always come with IKEA things, don't they? So you end up with loads. Here's a lovely world jigsaw puzzle with one bit missing. Where is it? The IKEA bags seem to be a good idea. They're going down quite fast though, so I don't know if that's going to be enough. Right, let's go up the stairs. And you can see what I've been doing up here. Right, it's the hallway. Should probably put the light on. I have got my vlogging light here, but you know, whoops. Right, so here we have yet more stuff that I've started packing, stuff that I'm not going to need. So I've got the archive, that's box 2 of 2, to go in the new office, but actually it can probably go in the loft, so I'm going to have a usable loft there. Right, what have we got here? I don't know if these labels are going to stay on, you know, but anyway, that's the education archive. I've got too much home ed archive, really I have. That's all that whole bag is these workbooks and work that she's completed in the 7 years of home education. More camping gear for the loft. See, I haven't had a proper loft here. Well, I have, but it's a room, so it's not storage. That's photographs that can go in the loft. And more archive stuff, tax returney stuff. That's knackered old bed sheets in there. I need to go through and decide what to keep and what to give to a charity shop for the rag bag. Some laundry drying. More stuff, books. I did that ages ago actually. Linen. Upstairs hallway I've put for the new house because there's a linen cupboard at the top of the stairs. I've cleaned out under here, which was full of child detritus. And under here as well, this had some stuff stored under it, but I've managed to clear it out and pack it or get rid of it. There's an old trunky there. I was going to get rid of it, and then I suddenly remembered that it might be useful for packing stuff in. And at this point, this is what the office is looking like. So, getting quite some big gaps on the shelves now, where I've been packing stuff. I've got cassettes under there, that's going to be the next thing. I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to film today at this point, because I have got to crack on. I'm really going to try hard today and tomorrow, because we don't have to go anywhere, to just get as much stuff packed that I'm definitely not going to need in the short term. Because as of Wednesday, we've got a busy week again, got lots of stuff happening. Social stuff, work stuff, and work stuff for Izzy, and more social stuff. And then it's college again next week, so these are the 2 days, so I'm really going to have to crack on. Even my poor old flute's been feeling neglected, though I did get out and play it yesterday. Right, what am I going to do now then? It can feel quite overwhelming to even know where to start, and even when you stop, it's quite overwhelming to know where to start back again. I don't know whether I should make a list on a bit of paper and go through it systematically, or if I should just start doing things. I think I might need to make a cup of tea and think about it. I know something I'd like to do actually, which is take the covers off this sofa one by one and wash them. So eventually we're going to have to take the cover off the back of the sofa, and that is massive, as you might see, goes all the way along. The sofa will need to be dismantled to get through that doorway. Ugh. It's funny, you know, because things like sofa covers for us, they normally only get done in a crisis, you know, a hot chocolate gets tipped over it or something. And, you know, having young children, crises like that happen quite frequently. But now Izzy's older. Ooh, you didn't see that. Now Izzy's older. These crises just don't happen very often, so actually they are well overdue for a wash now. My goodness, these cushions look old. Luckily they're out of shot. No, they're not. Oh dear. I've had this sofa for about 14 years. I got it just before Izzy was born. Fortunately, I now have a really big washing machine, so I should get quite a few of these in. In it goes. Right, let's do the rest. I reckon we'll get all 4 in there. Oh my goodness. What was that doing down the back of my sofa? I think I might need to get the Hoover out. I'm not doing a close-up of all those bits, that's just embarrassing. Number 2, going in. So what room in that washing machine? Yep. Number 3. Number 3 going in. I think that needs to be it for now, because that's going to overfill that washing machine otherwise. I've put them on a longer wash than usual. We usually do the Eco 30-minute wash on 30, but I think these need a good wash. Meanwhile, in the front room, looks like a disaster zone. I just made the mistake of pulling this out. The amount of rubbish. I've kind of scooped it all over there now, but ew. I'm going to have to hoover that as well and clean it. There we are, that's back to being a functioning sofa again while the things are washing. And I've picked up all the rubbish, I've hoovered it, and I've given it a clean with a damp cloth as well, and it's looking so much better. I'm just going to leave it out like that to dry off. So that was a big sidetrack that I wasn't expecting or planning, but anyway, it needed doing. I didn't really think about all the bits of cleaning that I'm going to have to do as part of this move. I suppose I'll find out by the end of it. I did give that bedroom a good clean up last night, the one that has the sheep on the walls. I was giving that a good old hoover and declutter. I'm going to stand here and have a little nibble on what's left of my Easter bunny that I bought myself because I am that sad. It's a Reese's Pieces bunny, and it's basically like a giant Reese's Pieces, so peanut butter on the inside and chocolate on the outside. You can't eat much at once. It's very, very dense and calorific. I forgot to tell you that we also went through tech. I had this ridiculous, I know it was a Mega Bloks bag of tech, which was filled to the brim yesterday. And I went through it with my invisible boyfriend. I had a load of power supplies and leads and things like that in there that I didn't know if they were sort of product specific or if they were general power chargers and leads and cables. So IB went through them and told me what is worth keeping and what's product specific, and the product is long gone, so that's culled that down quite a lot. He ended up having quite a few surplus power supplies and things for his band gear. That is a soprano sax down there, would you believe? I used to play it, but not much. But I might play it again, so I would definitely like to hang on to that. Those are cassettes in there, and those aren't the only cassettes I've got, because I also have some down there. Look at this box lid here. Look, I did this myself. These were all the characters of the session scene at the time. That's me. I did myself as Charlie B because I used to dress up as a bee. That's a whole other story. That's Rick. Unfortunately, Rick is no longer with us. Is that Eamon? Jens? Richard? Noel? Mike Leese? He's still around. That was my dad. Not very flattering. Pete. Bob, I think. Who else have we got? Alan. Is that Bruce? Paul? John? Teresa? Another John? I did that probably in the 90s, and the way I did it was I got photographs and pushed them up against the transparent perspex from underside, and I traced them with like a CD marker pen with a fine point, and then painted acrylic paint over the back of that so the black line still showed through to get the likeness. That's why they all look like the people they're supposed to be, because I wasn't that good at drawing. And the box itself used to contain massive floppy disks. They were that big in those days. And this I came across the other day. My original design I did for the kitchen, you know. I originally wanted it to have lovely tiles, but I never got around to tiling it. See, I didn't like do this brilliant perspective drawing on my own. This was an IKEA planner that I printed out and then coloured in and added some bits. I'm getting totally sidetracked. Right, I have to keep my Wi-Fi off my phone, and I have to turn this off and have a really good go at this for a few hours now, and then talk to you later in the evening, because I'm just not going to get it done otherwise. I'm too tempted to tell you everything. I can't help myself. See you in the evening. Ta-da! And just like that, it's about 20 to 7 in the evening. For the last hour or so, I've been getting slower and slower and slower, and I've just about ground to a halt. I definitely time to stop for the day and get the tea on now, because I'm starving and so is Izzy. I just wanted to show you 2 funny little things that I found on my rummagings. This is number 1. What is this? I think it might have been padding for some kind of case with equipment in. It's very inventive, but I don't think I need to keep it, so that's going for the bin. Somebody wants to say hi to the vlog before we go.
Hello. Hi, it's me. Yeah. Yeah, bye.
Okay, so, right, this is Alfred E. Rowland's instantaneous keyboard indicator.
Instantaneous?
Instantaneous.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Original price was 6pence in the days before. What's the date on it? I don't even know. It's ancient. Have a look.
Oh, ancient.
So you stick it on your piano behind the keys, and it shows you what the notes are.
That's cool.
And how to read it on the stave.
That's cool.
Heaven knows where it came from, but I'm going to hang on to this little treasure because I like it. And without any further ado, don't forget to give the video a like if you liked it, comment down any thoughts below, and don't forget to hit what she said, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!